Did you see Phil Donahue this past Monday? Persephone asked Tamika, her walking partner for the day. You know, I told you before, I don't watch Phil Donahue that much. He seemed to always be afraid to let black folks talk long on the microphone, saying stuff like, let's not have a sermon, and you've made your point, you've made your point. Tamika did a fairly good white newscaster voice that was supposed to be Phil Donahue, which made the two women laugh. Each tried to maintain a steady walking pace to keep abreast of one another. Persephone was having no problems, but Tamika, as usual, was struggling. Most of them don't let black folks talk much, and the blacks that do get airtime usually get up all enraged and flustered, especially if the subject is evolving race. They end up babbling something out, making them look like fools, Persephone said. But what I had to tell you was that they had this so called doctor or some educated fool on there talking about that white people were intellectually superior to blacks because their brains are larger than blacks. Can you believe that? Oh, just what did he base his information on? Tamika questioned. Wait, that's the tripped out part of it all. He based his whole hypothesis on the weight of the brain. Unbelievable. Saying that black folks' brains weighed in smaller than whites. Ergo, we are genetically designed to be a bunch of illiterates. Kiss my ass. Persephone near whispered the kiss my ass part as a courtesy to the other walkers in the mall. Well, did anyone in the audience point out the fact that the average person doesn't use the full capacity of their brain that they are capable of using, and that the brain only grows with the food of knowledge? No matter the size, it's definitely the substance, Tamika stated, falling a half stride behind Persephone. Let's not make a sermon, miss. Persephone did her white newscaster's voice, and the two laughed together again. No, but seriously, you know our kids got to put up with their very mortality when they walk onto the school grounds of just about any inner city school just to try to get a teaspoonful of the inadequate education that is offered in the poverty sections. Now you trying to tell me that America ain't an apartheid nation? And I'll tell you that history will prove it different, Tamika proclaimed. She was working herself up into one of her militant tantrums again. That was one of the reasons she suffered from high blood pressure. That and the racist white folks she worked with at her accounting job at Erickson Steel, according to Tamika. Come to think of it, what kind of creepy, crazy motherfucker go around weighing brains in the first place? And where he getting the brains to weigh? Tamika mused. Dr. Frankenstein, I presume, Stephanie said. Persephone said, trying to break Tamika's now gloomy mood. Girlfriend, I ain't tell you what my boss had the nerve to get in my face with the other day, did I? Tamika said, as if she had something good to tell Persephone. No, girl, what happened? Persephone eagerly took the bait. Girl, let me tell you. John Bly came strolling his old pee ass in my office. I guess he was feeling like he owned the world, but I believe he had one martini too many at lunch. You know what I mean. Tamika paused to make sure Persephone was following the story, since she was now a full stride ahead of Tamika. Girl, Persephone answered, now being Tamika's amen corner. Anyway, he comes up to me, and just out of no fucking where, he come talking about, Tammy, I was talking with the head of Dearborn's Medical Center and the other night at a charity gala that's given annually. Tamika gave her standard news voice to do a John impersonation. And girl, as soon as he said Dearborn, my caution flag with the Confederate flag on it, it went up. You know, Dearborn is proud of never accepting the Civil Rights Act, like so many pockets of the United States. Anyway, Tamika paused when a group of four older black women who were first just close behind Persephone and Tamika slowly overtook them. They were now a few strides ahead, walking like proud queens wearing gray crowns. Anyway, now mind you, this is the same John Bly that I told you have to pass by my office door when he coming from the men's room and have to hold his hands down in front of his pants trying to play off his bladder control problem. His big secret, wink wink. Okay. Tamika paused to make sure Persephone was keeping up. Silence. Persephone was trying to figure out where her conversation with John was going. Anyway, Mr. I'm not a bigot come telling me that the doctor told him that white people have a better mortality rate than blacks. Persephone immediately thought to herself, oh shit, po John Bly, but answered with a shock, what? He told you that, girl? What he want to say some shit like that for to me? Tamika demanded. I wondered what brought up the subject of black and white mortality at a damn charity dinner in the first place, huh? Persephone thought out loud. See what I'm saying? Anyway, you know I read his ass. I just told him calmly, real dignified, in my professional speaking voice, John, many African Americans don't trust the medical profession and prolong going to a doctor until their problem is sometimes life threatening. Not to mention the millions of working poor with no medical coverage and the young mothers that neglect essential prenatal care during their unwanted pregnancies. And with all these strikes against our physical well being, we still lift ourselves and are decorated in gold at the Olympics and paid the highest money in sports. Just think, if we were nurtured in our society like the white people are, how we could truly excel. Tamika said, always sounding like a different person when she used what most Afro Americans term their professional diction, and not the black English that most blacks resorted to when speaking with each other. Most black English was usually peppered with profanity, but that was the hood. Then I got raw on his ass, girl. I said, the next time you see your doctor friend, you tell him the story of Dr. Nathan Hale. The father of open heart surgery had to die from his injuries in the corridors of a hospital because he was refused admission into a white hospital. Then you and I, John, can talk about the black mortality in America. But out of curiosity, Mr. Bly, could you please answer me this one question? Tamika made it seem like Persephone could have been a fly on the wall the way she spoke of the incident, and Persephone found herself feeling a bit triumphant at how Tamika had handled the incident. You mean to tell me that you held an audience with the head of Dearborn's medical facility? I'm sure a well educated man in his profession, and all you could discuss with the good doctor was black mortality? Girl, he was standing there turning red as a beet. I said, come, John. It seems to me you would ask the man for an appointment immediately to see why you can't stop pissing on yourself, Tamika concluded, and the women gave each other high fives and laughed together, almost breaking stride. Child, we getting too loud up in here, Persephone coached, always ever conscious of the voice level factor. We ain't loud. Shit, these motherfuckers. Tamika answered. Skip it, Persephone thought, and then said, I tell you, I'm flying soon for Germany. Girl, you go ahead, 'cause ain't no way in the hell you could get me to go to some damn Germany. I don't care if my goddamn mammy was there, Tamika said with disgust.